Welcome to the Fair Housing Insiders, and today we are unleashing fair housing, talking about ESAs, leash laws, and unreasonable accommodations. Do state laws trump your community animal policies? Let's dive in and find out. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fair Housing Insiders. Today, we're focusing on policies and ESAs. I'm your host, Michael Coughlin, and we're joined today by fair housing attorney Leslie Tucker, and we look forward to talking with you about this. So, Leslie, I know that we talk a lot about with clients, and they have residents out there who have emotional support animals, and they think that they should be able to run around without a leash on because we all know that ESAs aren't pets. So, how does that work?
Yeah, this is one that I do hear pretty frequently from clients, that they are getting these types of demands and requests from residents who have legitimately been approved to have an assistance animal live with them. It is true that once an animal is approved as an ESA or a service animal, generally an assistance animal, that they are no longer subject to pet rules and pet policies, but that doesn't mean that they have no restrictions and no rules. I always advise clients that they should have a separate set of rules for assistance animals. And a lot of those rules can be exactly the same as the rules that you require your pets to follow, the pets in your community. Leash rules are one of those. Being in control of your animal, meaning you have to carry your animal either in a carrier or on a leash when they're outside of the unit, is a reasonable rule. And it's directly related to the health and safety of your staff and your other residents. So that is one rule that you can certainly, one pet rule that you can certainly enforce on your assistance animals at your community too.
I guess that makes sense. You know, if I have my pet Fido, who's a Rottweiler, and he's my pet, I can't let him in the pool. The same way somebody with an assistance animal, even if it's still Fido, he can't go in the pool either, right?
Right, exactly. It's the same, and for the same reason.
That makes sense. Okay, now let's change up the scenario a little bit. Don't some states have laws that allow assistance animals to have their dogs off leashes when they're performing a task, maybe taking the trash out or something like that? How do those two intersect?
Okay, so some states do have laws that relate to service animals when they are in areas of public accommodation, meaning they are on a public sidewalk, they are in a store, they are in Costco, whatever, in a public area. And if a service animal is performing their, trained task, then users can have that animal off leash if they need to be off leash in order to perform that task. So some states do have a law that says generally that. The difference is when an animal is on your property as a housing provider, they've been approved to live in an apartment community, in a condo, whatever it is, those are not areas of public accommodation. So those laws generally do not apply to the animals that have been approved to live on your property while they are just sort of roaming around your property. The Fair Housing Act is the law that applies. And that does not require you to let your animals run around off leash and do whatever they want to do while they are on your private property. So that is the difference. And that's why those particular laws don't really have any impact on your animal policies.
Another great reminder there, Leslie. Remember, the ADA and Fair Housing Act are two separate laws, and it happens all the time. We talk with clients. We even hear from residents that they think it's the same thing, and it's important that you understand the difference. So thank you so much, Leslie. Another fantastic episode talking about the confusing topic of emotional support animals, leashing, and what can eventually become an unreasonable accommodation. Make sure to like this video, share with your team, hit that bell for the notifications, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy training.